Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to AAA Wednesday, which stands for Ask Alyssa Anything. In these weekly sessions, I am answering questions you've left in the comments about the book publishing industry, querying, and how to strengthen your story. Thank you so much for all of the questions. Keep them coming because I'm really enjoying doing these sessions and getting to speak to some of your concerns in a more direct and candid way. If you're watching this but haven't yet subscribed and joined this amazing community of writers, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, please hit that thumbs up button because it helps my videos reach more viewers. I also have a free resource I specially created for all my YouTube viewers called my Story Self-Assessment Worksheet. If you have a work in progress, it is designed to help you take it to the next level by understanding what its weak points are and what your strengths are in the current draft. Hopefully, it's going to bring things to light that may be difficult for you to see right now. Downloading that is going to sign you up for my newsletter where I publish exclusive interviews with publishing industry professionals and published authors, and they have some amazing tips and experiences that they're bringing, so you don't want to miss out on all of that. If you want to go straight to the newsletter, the link is also in the description. We have some interesting questions today, so let's dive in. Hello, I was thinking about writing a historical drama. I have a general idea of what needs to be done, but I'm not sure if I should use foreign words if I'm writing about a different culture. For example, Japanese words like daimyo, feudal lord, han, fief, and shaku, this type of length measured the size of the sword. I would be grateful if I could get the answer. In historical fiction, authenticity is key, right? And you are likely going to have readers who are well-versed in that specific culture, and that's what drew them to the book. They might know a lot about that era, and they're going to crave there being details in your novel that resonate as authentic. So with that in mind, I think it is totally appropriate to use foreign words if the characters themselves would be using it. Now, of course, in your case, you don't want to write the whole novel in Japanese because then it won't be accessible to English-speaking readers who are presumably your audience. But I would say if there's a word that is very important for you to keep in Japanese because there isn't a direct translation, or the characters would certainly use that specific word or refer to this very specific thing, then absolutely use it. That is only going to bolster the sense of realism that we feel when we are immersed in the period of your novel and the place. And of course, if your reader can't pick up from context clues what that word means, they can always look it up. So try to give them as many hints as possible so they can piece together what it means without needing to look it up. But your reader is also smart enough to figure it out on their own if they need to. Next question here. I have an odd question. Do you think it's possible to get comfortable with rejection? I'm pumping out queries regularly. The rejections don't bother me, but I wonder if they should just a little. I kind of love this attitude and this response that you've adopted because I think it shows your commitment and your resilience. I want you to know that every single author, even top best-selling authors, high-profile authors, millionaire authors, experience rejection. So there's never going to be a point in your writing career where rejection is not a part of the equation, right? So as an author, handling rejection is going to be how you maintain your sanity as you go through this crazy industry. If you are able to compartmentalize rejection in the way that it sounds like you can and not let it bother you, I think that's a gift because it's going to allow you to keep putting yourself out there and you're avoiding some of the self-doubt that often, frankly, ruins writers' careers and stops them from writing. Now, the only case in which I would say maybe you do need to think more critically about your rejections is if you are getting some kind of constructive feedback over and over. Perhaps you are querying a bunch of literary agents and they all come back and say your grammar is a problem and it is going to be a barrier for you to get published. In that case, I would listen to the criticism and turn back to your work and strengthen your prose and your writing abilities so that you have a better shot next time. But at the end of the day, many of the rejections you are going to get are ultimately going to be subjective, so it is typically best to let them roll off your back. Listen to the critique. If it makes sense, if it resonates with you, act on it. If not, just keep going. Here's another question. I'm aware my prose is very straightforward and accessible to normal readers, but this seems to be a massive no-no with all agents I've queried so far. Do you have any advice on how to deepen prose, but not to the point of becoming purple? I'm gonna break this down into two different parts here. So I'm gonna start with addressing the question of making sure you are querying the right agents. You say that your prose is accessible, but it's not resonating with the agents that you are querying. So that leads me to wonder if you are querying agents who specifically fall more on the literary side of the fiction spectrum rather than being interested in more commercial, accessible fiction. This is a really big oversimplification, but we think of commercial fiction as being in that more straightforward, accessible prose style, whereas literary fiction really prioritizes the art of the prose above all else. If you are more of a commercial writer, that is completely fine. Most of the publishing big bucks when it comes to fiction are made in the commercial space. Think romances, for example. So there's nothing wrong with you just being a commercial writer by nature. I don't want you to change your style to try to appeal to a more literary agent, right? So first, revisit your list of agents that you're reaching out to. Do they represent books that are similar to yours and authors who have similar writing styles to yours? Start there and try to find agents whose clientele match the type of story you are telling and your style of prose. Now, to answer your question about how to deepen your story without veering into purple prose, I would say think about unpacking the character's emotional experiences more. That is ultimately what's going to help readers connect with the story and see how it is operating on all the different levels. If all we see is the action of the scene and we're getting little insight into the character's interiorities, it's unlikely that we're really going to feel as connected to that story. So fleshing out the characters' headspaces and their emotional landscapes are a really critical way to deepen your story and make it more layered and nuanced. I want to end today's video with just a little bit of a celebration because I saw a really nice comment, so I want to share. Hi Alyssa, today I just want to thank you for everything. You have no idea how much you have helped me in my writing journey. Yesterday, I received a response from a highly established agent and I couldn't believe she was asking for my manuscript. First, I never thought she would respond so quickly because she's a senior literary agent, she's been in the industry for over 20 years, and she's not easy to impress. I don't even know what to do with my happiness, ha ha ha. I know this journey doesn't end here, but whatever happens with the manuscript, I feel like it's a big accomplishment. So thank you so much because your videos have helped me to be better. Wow, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to you for the kind comment and for letting us know that you got a manuscript request from a highly established agent. That is incredible. And I want to reiterate that it is a huge accomplishment and that you should feel proud of it no matter what ends up happening. If you sign with this agent or not, this means that your story is piquing interest at the highest level, which is a really good sign. Keep at it, and I'm crossing my fingers for you. I hope there is just more good news to come. And thank you again for sharing. Thanks so much to everyone who left a comment today. And if you have a question you want to ask, drop it in the comments here and it will be added to my queue. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already, and grab your free story self-assessment worksheet and check out my newsletter link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching and happy writing.